So good evening. We are back again. We're going to talk about Moises Caicedo to Chelsea. Looks like it's getting ever closer, and it's taken a while, but maybe, just maybe, it looks like it is very close to happening. And I'm extremely gel if Chelsea sign him. I can't lie. It's a player that we put 2 bids in for in January, kept good relations with Brighton, and it looks like we're allowing him to go straight to Chelsea, whilst funding part of the fee with the Shai Havertz deal. But there we go. It is what it is. That is elite level football, and it works and moves in mysterious ways at times. But before we get into the ins and outs, why it's close to happening, etc., make sure you are smashing the like button up. That would be great. Make sure you are fully subbed to this channel. Come on, road to 18k is super close. So let's get this done, people. And make sure you are leaving your comments and super chats down below as well. That does always help. But Fabrizio Romano has provided an update. I don't know why I'm lagging. So if I am lagging, apologies. But this Mac is moving crazy. I've got a fan straight on the back of it. I've got my aircon on. I don't know why. So, yeah, hopefully you can see and hear this properly. But Fabrizio Romano has explained that Chelsea continue to work on the Caicedo deal, with the player already agreeing to move to West London. It's now up to the 2 Premier League clubs to agree and negotiate the deal. But he adds the transfer could be done next week. When speaking about Chelsea's interest on Caicedo on the Here We Go podcast yesterday, Fabrizio Romano said, direct conversation with Brighton. So more than sending an official bid every day, it's about discussing and trying to find a way together. Brighton know that Moises Caicedo wants to go. Brighton know very well since February that Moises signed a new deal, but he had the green light from De Zerbi to leave in the summer. Let's say that they will find a solution altogether to make this happen. Of course, Caicedo has already said yes to Chelsea. It's still not agreed between the clubs, but it could be next week. Let's see in the next couple of days what happens. For sure, Chelsea are very convinced by Moises Caicedo. He is a top target, described as fantastic by Graham Potter last year as well. Caicedo is the priority for Chelsea, and they are really trying to get it through the door. Now, listen, I think this will happen. It's a deal that I expect to happen. It's a deal that I'm extremely peed off about because, for me personally, when you look at our midfield, Jorginho, El Neni, Lokonga, Partey, Declan Rice, Kai Havertz. Well, you can take Jorginho out because he ain't good enough. Havertz ain't good enough for me. Lokonga ain't good enough for me. That leaves 4. And Thomas Partey is likely to be going. And if he isn't going, he's definitely going next season. So go and get Caicedo for me. I want Caicedo. And if you put Caicedo at Chelsea next to Enzo Fernandez, oh my days, you might just have the best double pivot in the league. That ain't even a joke. Yeah, that could literally be levels. Enzo and Caicedo together could genuinely be the best in the league as a double. But listen, it's going to cost around 80 million quid. Chelsea, we know, have definitely got the money. They've balanced the books pretty well. A lot of people were on their case saying, oh, they don't know what they're doing. It's a scattergun approach, which it did look like, and it obviously was. But at the same time, they have got rid of most of their fringe players, dross players, deadwood, whatever you want to call it. And they're going to get rid of a few more as well. You know, I see Hakim Ziyech sitting there putting on his Instagram the other day saying knee injury or failed medical or something, like as if to say it weren't true. So Hakim Ziyech could be out the door soon as well. And they're going to get a little fee for him. They've already recouped over 200 million quid. The books are being balanced. They had to get a lot of players out before the 30th of June deadline for FFP. But they are going to get rid of some more players. Yeah, Pulisic is the latest one. Apparently, that is nearly a hit. Well, it might be a here we go, actually. It might be a job done. He's going AC Milan. Yeah, and if it isn't a here we go yet, he will be going to AC Milan within the next 24 hours. Yeah, 48 hours maybe. It will be done. So that's more money they're getting in. And another player they're getting out that, number 1, was injury prone. And number 2, just really ain't good enough for Chelsea Football Club. You know, I've seen in the last 20 years, Chelsea Football Club have some of the best players ever. Yeah, like, it's no joke. Like John Terry, Drogba, Lampard, You could throw Eden Hazard into that mix. Yeah, for me, they have had some fantastic footballers over the years. But Pulisic just weren't the guy. Ziyech ain't the guy. And it shows how far they've kind of fallen. But what I will say, if they do go and sign Caicedo and stick him next to Enzo, with Nkunku in the front of them two, oh my days, that could actually genuinely be peak for everyone else. Obviously, yes, they've still got Mudryk there, or Mudryk even, Raheem Sterling. But I've said this many times as well. You get Raheem Sterling playing to his strengths. You play to his strengths, which is not give him the ball, let him dribble past four and slap on top bins. Back stick, cross the ball, boom, back stick tap-ins. Yeah, Kevin De Bruyne had him on a plate from left, right, and centre, which is why he got so many goals. If Chelsea play to that guy's strengths, he will bag you a lot of goals. I still think Chelsea need a striker. Harry Kane's being tipped. But I think if they sign Caicedo, that is a statement, number one. Yeah, that is a top draw player that not only Arsenal wanted, but Man United wanted as well. Yeah, and then they've gone and got him. And instantly your midfield on paper looks amazing. It really does. It genuinely looks great. And when people were saying, no, they got rid of Kovacic, they got rid of great, fantastic. Now look at Chelsea's potential 11 on paper from what they've got if Caicedo comes in as well. All of a sudden, don't look too bad, does it? Doesn't look too bad. And I think a lot of people are sleeping on Chelsea. And so they've got a new manager, they've got new players, they've got players that have come in, players that have gone out. It's a totally different setup at Chelsea now. Yeah, and only time will tell whether it all works or not. Pochettino, when he's been speaking, has been saying, yo, this is Chelsea. Yeah, we have to deliver titles and trophies. We have to win. Yeah, otherwise you're in big trouble at Chelsea. And that is fact. And that is pressure, yeah, that he is under and them new players are under. Not even just the ones that come this summer, the ones that came in January. They have to deliver. And the thing is, as good as Graham Potter was at Brighton, never really did it at Chelsea, did he? It was just a mess. Absolute disgusting. Yeah, then Lampard come in and it was even more of a mess. Yeah, it was almost like he was just like, well, whatever, I'll just take the cash. Yeah, nobody will have a go at me. I'm Frank Lampard. I'm a club ledge. Yeah, I've top goal scorer in their history. Yeah, I'll do what I can, but don't matter. Don't matter. But now they've got a manager who's been out of work for a while, that's coming in, knows the Premier League, knows what it takes to get into a title challenge, by the way, because he did that when Chelsea won the league, when Conte won it in 2017. He finished second with the youngest squad in the league, by the way, which was younger than Arsenal's squad last season, but it was Tottenham, so they bottled it. When it's Arsenal, not allowed to say bottle it because our fans are sensitive. Yeah, so it is what it is. But he knows how to get in the title challenge. He knows how to get to a Champions League final. He knows how to get in the top four every season. So I think that whilst there is big pressure on him, he kind of knows his way around the league and how to maneuver his way up to the top part of the table. And I think that signing Caicedo is instantly one of the best signings you'll sign all summer. One of the best signings we'll see all summer. Because we know he's got undoubted quality. We know that he can cover at right back. And he was man of the match against Arsenal at right back. So we know that he's a top player. We know that if you put him next to Enzo, who's already a top player, we know that that double pivot is going to be peak and it's not going to get bullied. Yeah, and it's going to have quality. It's going to have determination. It's going to have ball retention. It's going to have ball recovery. It's going to have passing. It's going to have everything. Like, it's going to be a decent double pivot and it will get done. Listen, I don't think Chelsea are going to muck about. As soon as they put the bid in, it'll be accepted straight away, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the first one to get rejected. But the fact that it's not gone in yet and the fact that this has been going on for 6-7 weeks tells me that there's still some differences to iron out there. And I see, last time I did a video, it was about Levi Colwell. That's him, Levi Colwell. Sorry, I ain't been up long. Levi Colwell. And a lot of you Chelsea fans saying, you don't know what you're talking about. He's going to be playing next season. Listen, the Premier League is a weird specimen, a weird beast. So is Chelsea Football Club. So whilst I'm saying he could potentially believe, and a lot of you are saying he could potentially be starting, we don't know what Todd Bowley is thinking. We don't know what other clubs are thinking. We don't know what the exact financial situation of Chelsea is. So there could potentially be somebody as a player exchange. It could be Broja. It could be somebody else. It could be Cole. Who knows? We don't know. Yes, I'd take your opinions on board. You know your football club better than I do, or most of you do, although I do know quite a lot about Chelsea. Having worked with a Chelsea fan for 15 years, big up Tony Rolfe, SW6, Chelsea, go and sub to him. And listen, it is what it is. But I do think that Chelsea are doing some good moves this summer. They really are. And obviously Nkunku was already signed, sealed, delivered. And I even said in a video before this summer window opened, I was like, can Nkunku like get out of this? Is there a get out of jail card? But now fast forward a few months, all of a sudden it looks like a good little project again, process, whatever you want to call it. But Poch knows he better win or he's sacked. That is how you roll at Chelsea. Win or sack. Yeah, and if you don't win, they'll go and get somebody that can. And if he don't win, they'll go and get somebody that can. And eventually they'll find someone that can. Yeah, that's how Chelsea roll. And Poch knows this better than anyone, having seen this firsthand whilst working in the Premier League. And I think you're in good hands with Poch. Like, I don't think he's a world-class manager. But the one thing he will do is he will get a squad that play decent football and that are hard to beat. You know, once you're playing decent football and hard to beat, eventually you start moving up the table. There's no way Chelsea are finishing mid-table next season. Yeah, I'd say they've got a chance for top four. I don't think they win the title, but you never know. You never know. Last time they finished that low down, they did actually win the league next season. So we shall see. But are you happy that Caicedo is coming to the bridge? Let me know down below. Are you an unhappy fan of another club that wanted Caicedo in your club? Let me know down below. Let me know where you think Chelsea will finish as well if they sign Caicedo. You know, because I think that double pivot's mad. I can't lie. But listen, it is what it is. I'll be back again tomorrow. I'm off down the beach for the day. It's 30 degrees. I'm going to go and get my tan on, go and get some cerveza and get some grub, take my cool box and sit back and lay on the beach all day. So, yeah, all have a blessed day. Make sure you are subbing to the channel. Let's get this up to 18K people. Make sure you are sticking a like on the video. That always helps. And make sure you get your comments and super chats in below as well. And also, do go and check out the video on the main channel. I want Arsenal to bid for Harry Kane or Ivan Toney. Get it done. Just put the bids in. Challenge them. See how much resolve they have. So go and check that out. We're out of here, people. Have a blessed Saturday. Adios.